never fallen in America, am I right?
Who said that?
Hawthorne.
What's the matter, smart ass? You don't know any fucking Shakespeare?
We have a question. Do you want to be a cop? Or do you want to appear to be a cop? It's an honest question. A lot of guys want to appear to be cops. Gun, badge, pretend they're on TV.
Yeah, a lot of them just want to slam a nigga's head through a plate glass window.
I'm all set without your own personal job application,
The
right?
fuck did you
Sergeant?
say to me, Trainer?
All due respect, sir, what do you want from me?
Hey, asshole, he can't help you. I know what you are, okay? I know what you are, and I know what you're not. I'm the best friend you have on the face of this earth, and I'm gonna help you understand something, you punk. You're no fucking cop.
He's right. We deal in deception here. What we do not deal with is self-deception. 5 years from now, you could be anything else in the world, but you will not be a Massachusetts state trooper.
You sure of that?
I'm sure of that.
Karen fucking T.
So what do I do?
There's money behind this operation. You won't be paid as a regular cop, but there's a bonus involved. Tax-free. We can't conceal that you were a trainee. You'll be convicted of a crime. We're thinking a guilty plea to assault and battery would make sense.
Given your nature?
You do enough jail time to convince anyone this is no setup. You'd be on probation, see a court-ordered shrink, the whole 9 yards.
You want to serve the Commonwealth, this is your chance. We need you, pal. You've already pretended to be a Costigan from South Boston.
Every weekend, Sergeant.
Perfect.
Do it again. For me.
I see the party is not a huge success with all my children.
What awaits us out there is what troubles me.
Well, surely you don't cling to your suspicions about the Cylons. They asked for this armistice. They want peace.
Forgive me, Mr. President, but they hate us with every fiber of their existence. We love freedom, we love independence, to feel, to question, to resist oppression. To them, it's an alien way of existing they will never accept.
But they have. Through Baltar, they have sued for peace.
Yes.
Apollo, 2 targets on my scanner, just above the old moon sim tongue.
Could be a storm. I think we'll be coming right through it. Look, you hold positions and cover me while I take a look. Get my turbos.
Heard Harry saying, sayonara. Over and out. September 26th. Arthur Washington, age 16, expelled on September 27th. So what is this true? Not everyone goes to college.
Right.
Mr. Hunter, I think you should be aware of something. After the school received their money from the government, for every enrolled student, Mrs. Crestwood would then proceed to weed out those she felt were undesirable.
Nonsense.
She doesn't know what she's talking about. In the first week of school, you flagged all the names with low SAT scores and started files on them. Why?
What are you doing with school property?
She asked you why.
For extra tutoring?
You expelled over 20 students in the first 30 days of school.
And how many others did you harass into dropping out?
You kept the expelled students' names on the rolls. That's illegal.
The money went to the school. It's all for the good of the school.
Those kids had rights.
They were losers.
Troublemakers.
They're just kids. I don't regret my policy.
It's criminal. And I'm suspending you.
You can't do that.
Oh, I think I just did.
non mancherà. Sono il factotum della città, sono il factotum della città, della città, della città, della città. Salutations, Snack.
Salt, on second thought. 911, police, civic authorities, ASPCA, ASAP, murder, betrayal, kidnap, no, burn-up!
A cup of garlic, a twist of parakeet. Eat your heart out, Julia Child.
Excuse me, but isn't it customary for the jailbird to get one telephone call?
In your case, I think not. Afternoon snacks have very few civil liberties. But I'm not wholly without art. How about a nice, soothing cigarette?
Oh, I will not do this. I cannot. Oh, what a foul way for a bird to die. I don't want to get big cancer. No, my lungs are blackened.
Hello? Hello? I'm calling in regards to the ad I read in the paper.
Yes. Well, would you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Oh, certainly, dear. For the past 15 years, I have worked for the Smythe family of Elborn, England. That's Smythe, not Smithfield. And for them, I did house cleaning, cooking, and took care of their 4 glorious children. Oh, I grew quite attached to them after 15 years, but they grew up, as children tend to do. Oh, but listen to me, I'm going on when you should be telling me about your little ones.
I have 2 girls.
Oh, 2 precious gems, no doubt the jewel of your eye.
And 1 boy.
Oh, the little prince, how wonderful.
I must tell you, there would be a little light cooking required.
Oh, I don't mind that, dear. I'd love some heavy cooking. But I do have one rule. They'll only eat good, nutritious food with me. And if there's any dispute about that, it's either good, wholesome food or empty tummies. That's my rule. I hope it's not too harsh for you, dear.
No. Would you mind coming on an interview, say, Monday night at 7:30?
Oh, I'd love to, dear.
Wonderful. I'm at 2640 Steiner Street.
Steiner.
tell me your name?
My name? I thought I gave it to you, dear.
No.
Oh. Doubtfire.
I beg your pardon?
Doubtfire, dear? Mrs. Doubtfire.
Well, I look forward to meeting you.
Oh, lovely, dear. Me too.
Bye-bye.
Ta-ta. Showtime.
I'll keep you to bargain with. The postman is weak.
America, I love you. I'm grateful I had an opportunity to serve in Korea during Desert Storm 91. I regret how long the battle was in Iraq. But during that time, before and after, and as I understand it, I talked to some VA police officers who were stationed overseas in Iraq, that there are bases in Iraq, and that they're still at war. And that hurts. I know they're maintaining oil wells there for security reasons. Yes, for wealth, this and that, but we may need those oil wells. You know, maybe Bush wasn't an idiot. The problem is now we have to battle our minds. Because the same battle that was in Germany, when it ended, moved. And where did it go to? Well, I'll tell you one thing. Nazis are hardcore. They're not stupid. And with what's going on in America today, the New World Order is exactly Germany, Nazi, China, Russia. I think it's compromise. And the sins of the past and the sins of the future are just becoming the same ideological thinking that every other nation falls into when they forget Jesus Christ. Granted, there's been revivals all around the world, and God said that the gospel would be preached all around the world, and then the end would come. I share in another video the Boy Prophecy Letter from Armenia. It's a neat prophecy, and understood from it was something that I knew about when I saw that vision in Korea. I want to tell you something, America. We need to repent and go back to God and just hold on. There's some things in the TV miniseries, The Stand, that I like, that was written by Stephen King, and some things I don't like. But one thing's for sure, if I was sprayed with Agent Orange and mosquito pesticides, as two Navy veterans talked to me about at Martinsburg, West Virginia VA, which afterwards I went down to the office of the VA for benefits to get tested. They said, "Sorry, sir, that's squirrel agency stuff. Squirrel agency stuff." I'm sorry for my slur. Squirrel agency stuff. Can't get over it. Means CIA. And despite what you may think about the Bush family and Herbert Walker Bush being involved with possibly backing the Nazis and the Holocaust and involved with Disney, who may or may not have been involved with Stanley Kubrick, made Eyes Wide Shut, may have made the Apollo landing, filmed at Norton Air Force Base back in the 60s. I think the one thing that we have to think about is why JFK was killed. And I bet you, I put my dollar on JFK, he was killed because of UFO research that he knew about. He knew where all the underground bases were, and he knew that eventually the great experiment of the United States of America would go underground as an observation team, or teams. Imagine millions and millions of military personnel and scientists living underground watching America tear itself apart one day. I hear they have technology in the underground bases that are 40 years ahead. And that basically Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, or the guy who invented Apple, his name was, the Ashton Kutcher played in the movie biography about him. Well, all that technology they spilled out on the United States with the cell phones and computers was already invented 40 years ahead. So these guys, possibly Bill Gates and the guy who made Apple, are probably CIA recruiting. I've been kind of out of it, but I'm going to tell you something. Come on! Keep praying. Stand up, America, and trust Jesus Christ. This is Kirk Benton for Lucky 16 FM. Good night, America.